Howdy everybody, Chad here. I'll show you we had an eventful day yesterday. So I got a call Sunday morning to go to the golf course up on Mount Mitchell. Well, we decided not to mess with it because it was Sunday and everything. I didn't want to do all that. Well, it was the day before yesterday, today's Tuesday. But anyway, Saturday I went and pumped 4 tanks, and I heard a noise, weird noise in my truck, and I thought, well, it wasn't too bad. I thought, well, maybe I'm just hearing things. So another guy called me and said he needed his septic tank pumped. So I thought, well, I called him and told him, I said, well, it's going to be Monday. I said, because I got a weird noise in my truck, I need to go check it out. And he said, well, my toilet's backed up. And he said, it's just not working. And I said, well, let's see what we can do. And I said, if it messes up, I'll turn around and come home. Well, I didn't. I went to Fairview, which is probably, I don't know, it's probably about 30 minutes from my house. And it's Saturday, it's dark by the time I got home, and I was running 70 miles an hour down the interstate, I guess. So I got home, backed my truck in, paid off, didn't see nothing. I checked everything out real good. Well, yesterday morning, I had 2 to do, and one of them was in Pisgah Highway over there, which is 20, 30 minutes away. Started going down the driveway, I heard that noise again. I thought, well, that just don't sound right. So I got down to the stop sign, I thought, well, that sounds like a wheel bearing. So I took off, went down the road about half a mile, and I pulled over. And just as I pulled over, that tar right there was sideways. The nut, you can see in the cap where it wallered it out. I don't know why I didn't feel this, see it, or something. I don't know. But anyway, the nut that holds everything together is supposed to have a cotter pin in it, and it goes right there. Well, it had come completely off because somebody had failed to put the cotter pin back in it whenever they put the bearings on. So, with that said, the nut was in that little cap right there. The nut was in the cap. The small bearing, the big bearing in the back side of it, it's shot. It still looks pretty decent, but it won't roll. The bearings they're flat on one side, so it was still working, but just barely. Well, the other bearing, which everybody knows is supposed to look like a bearing, looks like this now. Yeah, and it's supposed to look like that. That's just a smaller version, but you getting what I'm picking up here. You pick it up what I'm putting down. But yeah, the bearings completely just left. It's supposed to have those in it with that little cage and all that, but yeah, those was completely beat to death, and it was just, everything was terrible. But the tire was leaning. It was like that. It was like laying out. But you can see where it hit my brakes. You can see that big gouge in it. See that gouge right there? Right there. See, you can kind of see. But yeah, it was pretty rough. If anybody needs to see what a 99C 7500 GMC wheel looks like when it's off, there's what it looks like. So, needless to say, I did check this side over here, but it's still, I took the cap off and everything, put a little bit more grease in it, but it's doing pretty good. So it ain't got no wobblies, and it does have a cotter pin. I checked it. So I guess I should have checked it before, but I didn't really think about it. So anyway, I went on a journey yesterday to get me some parts for it. Well, it's close to Christmas, so naturally, nobody in Asheville could help me. I looked everywhere. I called everywhere, looked everywhere, and finally the guy that owns the Napa stores in Mars Hill, Keith, I called him. My wife grooms her dog, so she called him, he called me, and he went on a mission like I did, trying to find parts. And we could find the parts, but getting them was the next thing. So we didn't want to leave my truck down at the road. There's Mama coming up from the sawmill. So we didn't want to leave my truck down at the end of the road last night. So I done knocked the seals and everything out of this one. So there's Mother. I'm making a video. You want to be part of it? Say hello.
Merry Christmas.
But we done knocked the seals out of this one. Well, knocked the grease seal and the race, and got the bearing out of that side. That's the one that was destroyed. I had to knock it out of the back side. Well, anyway, we didn't want to leave our truck sitting down there, so that's where this one comes into play. So I got home and I thought, well, shoot, this truck's the same basically as that one. So, but this one's got oil bath, as you can tell. It got a little bit of oil on it, and I took the cap off. But anyway, the good thing the bearing was the same. So that outside bearing was the exact same as mine. So he took it off, and I was just gonna take wheel and all. Well, we was having a fit getting the wheel off, and I couldn't. It was getting about dark. So I come home. We went back down there to the truck, and I put had to put the races back in, had to put the bearings in. So we took that bearing out and put it in my truck. And I put a little bit of grease in it just to get it home. It wasn't, like I said, it's a half mile from my house. So anyway, that's what we done yesterday. So luckily we had the orange truck because it saved the day yesterday. It saved me a tow bill anyway. Because I didn't want to leave it overnight. I figured somebody'd mess with it. But you never know. But yeah, I started to make them like that over there oil bath, but it's already got grease, and I figure I'm gonna just leave it be. I mean, that grease works just as good. I mean, if it was over the road truck or something, maybe, you know, but then it just does the, you know, I don't go probably, I'm probably about a 50-mile radius of the house. So, but that's what we're waiting on is parts. They're supposed to be here about 2 o'clock, and it's about 1 now. But yeah, that's what it looks like. I'm surprised it did mess up my threads a little bit. But I did find out that a Dremel cutter wheel is the exact same width as those threads. So basically you can't chase threads with a Dremel, they're wrong, because I did it yesterday and it worked. Because that nut, it didn't screw. You couldn't screw it on yesterday, now you can. But yeah, I can't believe somebody forgot to put the cotter pin in that. And I didn't even think about checking it. I mean, usually you think something like that's pretty important. But yeah, that nut was completely off. And it was just hanging out in this little cap. It was just all piled in there, just like that. And this poor bearing, it disintegrated. I mean, it just busted me in pieces. It even busted the bearing. You can see that crack in it. It's got a crack on both sides. But like I said, this bearing here, it's shot. It's flat on one side, I think, anyway. I might could run it a little longer, but I ain't going to. I might put it back just for a spire, but I don't know if that's, I thought it was flat, but I guess it's not. I think some of them are. It's still pretty rough. Yeah. But we got new ones ordered, so it was expensive because they said it was some kind of special bearing. But yeah, from where I was at the other day, I'm glad it done it here and not there. So I was about an hour and 15 minutes away from my house the other day. And on the interstate. If I'd done that on the interstate, that would have been a very bad day. But yeah, the wheel was laying completely sideways. I got a picture of it, but I don't know how to add it to this. But that is where we're at with the poop business right now. We are broke down. We have been since yesterday. We've got people waiting, so we're gonna have to get back on the road, get the poop wagon going. Might make another video putting all this back together. But anyway, that's what we've been doing. So, y'all behave and have a good day, and we'll talk at you later. Goodbye, YouTube, for now.